Hi, I'm Leah, and thank you for coming back to my channel, Anointed by God. Today, we are going to talk about developing a relationship with God, how to do that, and my very own story of how I got here. So, let's get into it. All right, you guys. This topic is one that I didn't realize had been a journey of seeds being sown, people pouring into me, so many, stops, detours, getting off the wagon, getting back on the wagon, falling off the wagon, getting back up again. That's kind of what my developing my relationship with God has been like. And so I'm going to share four things that help me get to a place where I can say that I have a relationship with God. So let's go. Okay, so I had to think back to how did I even end up on YouTube making videos about faith? How did I get here? And I grew up in a religious household, and there was a lot of rules, a lot of things that I couldn't do. And when you're a child, you don't really understand. And a lot of it didn't make sense. A lot of things didn't line up with the Bible. It was just rules, right? It was just rules, and it was just religious. And so when you have religion without relationship, it makes it very hard for you to even understand all that God is. It overcomplicates it all. And so I always did, as a child, I always did my best to follow all the rules that were put before me. I didn't question them. I just did what I was told, and that was that. But as I got older, I knew that, I don't know, something just shifted. So I remember being in college, and it was junior year, and I was talking to one of my friends, and she was telling me about a party that was coming up on campus and all of that. And I just told her, I said, I'm working on getting a better relationship with God, so I'm not going to go. I'm going to have to pass. I'm going to have to pass on the party, because I felt like in my mind, going to the club and trying to build a relationship with God, I just didn't know how that was going to work. And the thing of it is, you can't, hold on, I want to put this. It's the Holy Spirit that will come and empower you to really be able to stop doing stuff. Like me just saying, okay, I'm not going to go to the club no more. That's just me doing that in my own human strength, and that's not going to last, because it was just me. But I thought that's what I had to do at the time. And so this was back in like 2012. So this was 10 years ago, you guys. 10 years ago, I was like, all right, I need to get a better relationship with God, but I don't know where to start. Because like I said, all I had was the rules of religion, and don't do this and don't do that, and I needed more though. I needed real fulfillment. You know how when people say like God loves you, and that God is, all these beautiful things about God, I wanted to feel them, and I wanted to know him, but I didn't know where to start. I felt very alone. I felt confused, and I just knew that I needed something. And so thankfully, I had two friends. Shout out to you, beautiful women, Brittany and Jasmine. They invited me to two separate Bible studies. One was like a women's type of Bible study, and another one. And I would go. I went a couple of times to both. And I remember thinking like, oh, that was good. Okay, yeah. But it still wasn't enough. It wasn't good enough. Like, I was going because I felt like that's what I needed to do, but something wasn't clicking, y'all. I don't know. And I do know. I later realized that my heart had become hard. And you'll read in the Bible a lot of times where the Lord will say, like, oh, the children of Israel were hard-hearted, or this person was hard-hearted. Like, your heart is hard. And I didn't even realize that that's what it was. But I just knew I wasn't fully getting what it seemed like I was supposed to be getting out of it. And so my very first tip would be to have an open heart. Okay? If you want to develop a relationship with God, really want it in your heart, because chances are he's waiting on us to get there, because God is, like I said, I felt alone. God was always there, but he like, if the door locked, I can't come in. The door to my heart was locked, y'all. And okay, man, I said I wasn't gonna cry. But when I think about how God left the 99, like, that hits different. That is different, y'all. When you hear about the story of Jesus, the 99 sheep, and it's that one sheep. It's that one sheep that he will leave the whole flock for that one. And I was that one, you know. And this is not just special. This is not just for me, y'all. It's for all of us. If you're lost, God will leave. He will leave the 99 for that one. But you have to have an open heart. Okay. Woo! Tissue break. I have no tissue here, so y'all getting it real. Y'all getting it raw today. Which leads into my second tip for developing a relationship with God: being vulnerable. Being vulnerable. And so, like, any relationship that you have, in order to build trust, in order to feel closer to that person, you have to open up and you have to share some things. And you have to, that God is the same way. And so you might think you have to be at a certain level before you could come to God, or, you know, oh, I'm too messed up. I've done too many wrong things. Or I've treated too many people wrong. I got to get right. No, come as you are. Be vulnerable. And if you feel doubtful, tell him. If you don't really know if he exists, tell him. If you're scared, tell him. If you feel alone or depressed, tell him. Like, you know, just be real vulnerable. And it took me, so that was 2012 when I first told my friend, like, I need to get a relationship with God. And I started trying to go to Bible studies and stuff, but it wasn't penetrating. So fast forward a couple of years, I graduated college. God got put on the back burner, and I started, but still, I was still going to church, y'all. But it just, like I said, it wasn't hitting. And I saw this old Facebook status. It was from, you know, Facebook be all in your business. You be like, I don't even usually click on the FB memories. But I clicked on it this one time, and it was from 7 years ago. And I made a status like, yeah, I'm working on bettering my relationship with Christ. And I'm thinking back, 7 years ago was like 2015. I'm like, girl, no, I don't know what you, maybe that's what you said, but that's not what your actions were. And so I bring that up to say, it took me in 2017, so that's, I'm doing a little math, 5 years from the initial 2012 to where I really said, okay, I'm ready to, okay, Lord, you got it. You know, being vulnerable with God. And that's what he was waiting on. He was waiting on me to unlock my heart. And so in that time where I felt alone or I felt confused, he was always there, but I just wasn't being vulnerable enough. And so, that might be the case. Are you upset with people? Are you, are there people who you need to forgive? People who it's really hard for you to forgive? Tell God. Are you angry with God? Tell God, y'all. It's not, he could take it. So I've been reading Job. Job went through some things, y'all. Job was going through it. And what I've gathered as I've been reading is he never bit his tongue. He never held back. Like he'll go from, he'll have a series of emotions all in the same prayer. And that's okay because we're humans and we have emotions. And so that level of vulnerability, God will be able to handle it. And he'll start to reveal things to you in your life. And he'll start to, you'll see him. It's not that he hasn't always been there. It's just that now your eyes are open, which leads me to my next point. Be patient, but expectant. So 1, be patient with yourself. Or not 1. Point number 3, be patient with yourself because this will be a lifestyle change. It's a renewing of your mind. It's a lot of changes. So just be patient. Like I said, I fall off the wagon and get back up. It's been 10 years, y'all. 10 years. Man, 10 years since I remember declaring, like, okay, I need to build a relationship with God. 10 years. And in these 10 years, I have fallen, gotten back up, stayed on the ground. God helps me up. I started a blog, Christian-based blog a couple of years ago, and then I stopped blogging, and I don't know why I really stopped blogging. But anyway, here we are. Now we're on YouTube. Hey. And I just say all that to say be patient with yourself, but expecting for God. After that shift in 2017, I started seeing God in every single way, all the time. I mean, before I could even get the words out of my mouth, or sometimes I would literally just be thinking something, like a little thought, and then somebody would just say it. All the time, y'all. All the time. God will use billboards, YouTube videos, commercials, songs, movies, people. He will use anything. You just start looking at everything different. You're like, okay, is it just me seeing this, or is this happening? This happening everywhere. But you just know. You start to just know, like, I know that's God. And what I realized he was doing is he was building a faith. He was building my faith in him. He was taking away my doubts that I had, taking away my unbelief. Okay? One of my favorite stories in the Bible, in the New Testament, with one of my favorite miracles, I should say, is when Jesus healed a man's daughter, and the man said, Lord, I believe, but help my unbelief. That was so powerful, like, help my unbelief. And that's what God was doing in all those day-to-day things. He was just showing me, like, I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. I've always been here. I'm always going to be here. You can trust me. You can trust me. And that's moving in expectation. Like, you wake up like, all right, what's God going to do today? How is he going to show me today? And over time, once he built my faith to a level, that stuff still happens, but it's not as much. But he was just building my faith up. So I say all that to say, be expected, be excited, be ready to see how God is going to move. And then my very last tip number 4 for developing a relationship with God is to find a comfortable routine. Find a routine. What is that? What is that? Yeah. Okay. All right, we got it together. Find a comfortable routine. Excuse me. Now, let me say it one more time. Tip number 4 is to find a routine. So, this took some time. And as your life changes, as you grow and develop, and as you go through life, you know, your routine may shift. I used to like beat myself up for not. So let me tell y'all this. I'm trying to be a early riser. I'm really trying. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. But my natural disposition, I'm a night owl. And so I like to spend time with God at night, right before I go to bed. And that's been my routine. And so, you know, what works for one person might not work for somebody else. Somebody else might love the 5:30 a.m. prayer time, and that's when they talk to God, that's when they pray. Yeah, that's cool. But whatever works for you, just stay with it. It's like when you first start talking to somebody new and you're excited, and you know, you and the person will settle into a routine, like, okay, maybe you have this night for this or this day for that. Same type of thing with God. Find a comfortable routine and stick with it. And then switch up. Be willing to switch up as needed. So one thing I used to do, like, when I was driving to work, that was our time. I knew that I was gonna be playing my gospel music, or maybe listening to a sermon, or maybe just nothing, and I'm just talking to God. You know, that was our time every single day. That will prepare me and like focus my mind for the day ahead. So, or maybe taking a walk, being in nature. That could also be journaling. I know a lot of people like to journal. That could be a way that you can express your thoughts to God. Anything that you naturally like to do, include God in it. Include Him in it, and just watch and see how those things will transform your life and how it will become something that you look forward to. So when I say, though, I was nervous about saying the word routine because I didn't want it to feel like it's something that was just rah rah rah. Like, no, I don't mean rigid. I mean like you would be in a relationship, right? Just develop a routine and stick with it. Stick with it the best you can. And my very last, number 5, prayerful. Be prayerful. This one used to trip me up because I didn't know how to pray. I did not know how to pray, y'all. Like, I know the prayer that my mom had taught me when I was a little kid. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord. That prayer, I knew that one. And I knew Jesus wept, amen, over my food. Kids, y'all know, I'm not playing. Those were my 2 prayers. And so, like, talking to God was just like, but it's not complex. It's so simple. And sometimes, depending on where you are, what you're going through, sometimes some prayers will be long, and they'll be. Sometimes it won't be. Sometimes you won't say nothing. You might just start crying, and God understands. And sometimes it'll be a lot of short prayers throughout the day. But just stay prayerful. Talk to God. You know, talk to God as how you're talking. Right, how I'm talking. Okay, you can journal your prayers. You just talking, having a conversation with God, including Him in your day. You know, asking Him what He thinks about certain things, and waiting for that response. That is how we stay prayerful. And do not get caught up in timing. Don't get caught up in time, y'all. It was a moment where I was like, all right, I must, and I'm real competitive too, so this was like, I'm like, I must pray for, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night. And this is just putting, that's where that religious part starts to creep back in. It's like, wait a minute. No, you talk to God as you see fit. And that varies. Sometimes it's going to be quick. Sometimes it's going to be long. But God is always happy to hear from his children. So the time part, don't get caught up on all that. Don't get caught up. That's just a trick. Don't fall for that one. And another way that you can stay prayerful is starting to do devotionals. And so the Bible app really helped me because it helped with my routine. I need to go back and say another thing that helped with my routine was developing another thing that helped with finding my routine was downloading the Bible app and doing a devotional. Doing devotionals with friends, and it made the habit of spending time with God. It made it a good habit. Instead of picking up my phone or doing whatever, nope, first thing we're gonna read the devotional. And that became a good routine. So, and you can even you can list out your prayers on there. There are prayer apps that I've tried the prayer apps, and I just wasn't really, it didn't work for me, but it might work for someone else. So I am going to link those below. But those are my 5 tips. And please don't take this as, oh, now I've arrived. No. Like I said in one of my other videos, I'm trying to think which one. This is an ongoing thing. This is an ongoing, right? We always have to trust in the Lord and acknowledge him in all of our ways for our whole lives, because that's just how it goes. Like, it's a relationship. Like, you have to maintain it. So you have to continue to keep the momentum, factor in new things. Try this out. Like I said, like I tried the prayer app. I was like, let me switch back. Try this, try that. It's that. It's that. But no, really though, y'all. It is a continual growth. It's a continual growth. These are the things that I wish I knew 10 years ago. YouTube wasn't really popping 10 years ago. Okay, I don't think the Bible app, maybe the Bible app was. Bible app might have been around. I wasn't using it. And even if you don't have the Bible app, go and buy a Bible. They sell them at Walmart, Target. They're sold everywhere. Go buy a Bible in a translation that you understand, and start reading it. So I just want to know, let me know in the comments, what has been something that has helped to develop your relationship with God? Let me know. And again, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.